He entered the hotel room, expecting silence and solitude after a long day. Instead, he found a stranger, a woman, lying there alone. Neither expected what would happen next. A single moment, a single choice, would shatter their night and expose a deeper truth about fear, judgment, and the power of a simple offer. What would you do if one unexpected gesture could change everything? This is their story, and the moment that forced both to face the unspoken realities of race and trust. Darnell had grown used to the rhythm of life on the road, long drives, hotel stays, and the quiet moments between. A project manager by day, he traveled often, navigating unfamiliar cities and strangers' faces with practiced ease. He wasn't looking for trouble, just a place to rest before the next morning's meetings. That night, he arrived at a small hotel downtown, tired but hopeful for a peaceful evening. What he didn't expect was to find someone else already in his room, a woman, a stranger, lying there with a calm he couldn't read. In that quiet moment, something shifted. The night was about to unravel, exposing the invisible lines drawn by fear and prejudice. Darnell stepped inside the dimly lit hotel room, expecting the familiar quiet after a long day. But there, on the bed, was a woman he didn't know, reclining with an air of confidence that immediately caught his attention. The room felt smaller all of a sudden, charged with a tension he couldn't place. His heart pounded, confusion twisting inside him. Had the front desk made a mistake? Had he walked into the wrong room? Before he could speak, the sound of footsteps echoed outside the door. A hotel employee appeared, eyes narrowing as they took in the scene. The woman's relaxed posture stiffened. The stranger's presence was suddenly questioned, not for who he was, but for what assumptions his skin seemed to carry. Words came fast, questions laced with suspicion, accusations barely masked beneath polite tones. Darnell tried to explain, but the weight of judgment hung heavy. His presence, so ordinary just moments ago, was now a threat in their eyes. The woman, sensing the growing hostility, made a bold choice. She stepped forward, offering to confirm that Darnell belonged there. But even her words struggled to break through the wall of doubt. Security arrived quickly, their stares sharp, their hands ready. Darnell's pulse raced, not from exhaustion, but from fear. He wasn't a criminal. He was simply a man caught in a moment where skin color spoke louder than truth. The tension thickened as they demanded answers, his intentions questioned, his integrity doubted. In the midst of the chaos, Darnell made an unexpected offer, one that shocked everyone. Instead of retreating, he proposed something that would change the course of the night, a gesture rooted in trust and courage. But would it be enough to pierce through the layers of prejudice? As the hotel room grew colder with suspicion and misunderstanding, the night's true test was about to begin. Would this offer be the key to breaking down barriers, or would it deepen the divide? The door creaked open again. This time, it wasn't just hotel staff entering. The moment hung suspended, waiting to reveal if compassion could triumph over fear. The room was thick with tension as security closed in on Darnell, suspicion burning in their eyes. His heart raced, every breath shallow and fast, as he faced the harsh reality that no explanation could erase the doubt cast on him simply because of his skin. The woman, still standing beside him, looked at him with a mix of urgency and apology, but the distance between their worlds felt impossibly wide. Then, in a moment that stunned everyone, Darnell stepped forward and offered something unexpected. He would willingly leave the room, surrender his reservation, and let the hotel handle the situation however they saw fit. If only they promised to treat him with fairness, without assumptions clouding their judgment. It was an offer born not out of defeat, but a desperate hope to break through the barriers of prejudice. For a heartbeat, silence fell. The hotel staff exchanged uncertain glances, caught between policy and conscience. The woman's support lingered, a fragile shield against the rising storm. But before a decision could be made, a phone call shattered the moment. Police were on their way. Darnell's stomach dropped. The offer he made, meant to bridge a divide, now felt like a spotlight on him, exposing his vulnerability to a system already stacked against him. As sirens wailed in the distance, the reality hit harder than ever. This was no longer just about a hotel room or a mistaken reservation. This was about the way the world sees people like him, through lenses shaped by fear, bias, and history. And in that charged silence, Darnell realized something crucial. The true battle wasn't for this room. It was for respect, dignity, and the hope that one day, an offer like his wouldn't have to mean surrender. It would mean understanding. Would the night end in justice? Or would it become yet another story silenced by prejudice? The answer hung in the air, unanswered, urgent, and waiting. Darnell's night ended quietly, but its impact echoed loudly within him. The police arrived, verified his identity, and the charges were dropped. Yet, the relief was hollow. The humiliation of being doubted and feared, not for what he had done but for who he was, left a scar deeper than any official clearance could heal. He walked away from that hotel not just tired, but changed, aware that this was not an isolated moment, but a thread woven through countless lives touched by bias and suspicion. This story isn't just about one man or one hotel room. It's a mirror reflecting a society still grappling with its prejudices, where skin color too often decides whether a person is trusted or feared. Darnell's offer, a gesture of openness and vulnerability, challenged those walls, reminding us that beneath the assumptions are human beings deserving dignity and respect. How many more times will moments like these be dismissed, forgotten, or overlooked? How many others face the same silent judgment, unable to make that crucial offer or find an ally willing to listen? The real question is what we choose to do next. Will we see these stories as calls to action? Will we confront our own biases and demand change in the systems that allow this injustice to persist? Because until the world stops making strangers out of each other, stories like Darnell's will keep repeating, waiting for someone to break the cycle. What will your offer be?